Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody out there doing today? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome to the Sports Chatter Show, where we discuss the topics from throughout the day within a group, bring them straight to you, uncut and unfiltered. But before we can get it started tonight, I got to bring on the crew that's hanging out with your boy as always. First off, we got the Rookie of the Year, my man from the Boston, Trill Will. What's up, man?
What's good, fellas? How we doing?
Chilling like a mad villain, man. How's your day so far?
It's going smooth, man. You know, just another day in paradise. Cold as hell in paradise, but we here.
How's the weather up there?
Chilly. I think we in like the 50s, like low 50s, low 40s. You know, nothing good. High 40s maybe. Nothing's freezing yet. No snow yet, but it's on the way.
Yeah, we got that bipolar weather down here. It was in the 80s today down here. After being like in the 30s like last week.
Yo, man. I ain't even know what gets in the 30s in Texas. Y'all must be like running around buying all the blankets and sweaters all you can.
Yep.
But you know, gotta continue the show, bring on everybody, especially my man from the Bean as well. My guy, Toop, let him know.
Two Hopkins in the building, baby. Two Hopkins in the building. Be ready for the 12th round. Nah, I already got you on the 4th. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's getting to it on that Tuesday. Tuesday, baby. Sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all.
I need some tacos.
Shout out to you, Cedric. We see you hanging out with us already.
Everybody needs some tacos, and everybody needs insurance. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the circumstance is, and we got the insurance down here for you. We ain't from State Farm, though, man. My guy Jake, man, in the building. What's going on with you?
Not a whole lot. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're coming from and talking to us from. Ready for the good old Sports Chatter Show.
Jake, you look cold as hell, man.
He's in Ohio.
He is
Hey,
bundled.
when you wake up 30 minutes before the show and you go from being under those nice blankets and you get straight up and you got to let the dogs out right away, you get hit with the frost. All right, I'm good now.
Shaking and snuggling.
Man. So is everybody here hanging out today, man? Y'all ready to get the show started?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. The first one we're gonna call it the steal. And let me get this on. I forgot. Gotta share this with the crew out there. Boom. Boom. So this topic is actually from Unc himself. Talking about them Saints. As a Saints fan, I've seen plenty. His question is, what was the worst referee call you've ever seen in a football game? Who want to pop this on all fours?
Let me start that one off because
got some on his mind.
I just got to throw this out there because I don't want to get the hate from my fellow Patriots fans. But I mean, we got to be real. It's got to be the Tuck rule. I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. It was the start of a dynasty. People could say what they want about the rule. I think it was a trash call at the time. That was my infancy of being a Patriots fan and not being fully, bought into the way of the Patriots. That came like 3 years later after we got 3 Super Bowl rings. But the very first year when they got it, I'm like, I didn't like that call. I don't think that was a good call. So, yeah, that's where I'm starting off at. I think the Tuck rule, I think that was probably the worst call in the playoff history. Not regular season, not football history, but just the playoff history.
Let me see. Kwan says Saints wide receiver getting laid out by the Rams corner. Clear pass interference, but no flag, as well as the tuck here. Yeah, that definitely probably get my nod as that one. But because how I feel about them Saints and their fans that time, I didn't see nothing.
I saw another one in the chat that had the catch by Dez.
We don't talk about that one, man.
Yeah. It's a bad one. There was a lot of catches that weren't catches. Calvin Johnson, there wasn't as much at stake, but his was ridiculous against the Bears.
The one in Chicago?
Yeah, the one in Chicago, yeah.
That was crazy when he caught he said he didn't score the touchdown.
Yeah, like I don't know what else he's supposed to do there.
Ooh, well, hey, just recently on Thanksgiving, Hunter Henry, he had a catch.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was crazy. That kind of ended the night for me in terms of even watching the game. Like, you have to make that call a correct call. Like, it's unfortunate that the Patriots were snugged out of a touchdown in that game.
That's a big one too. Even though it ended up not mattering because the Rams won, but Ramsey got his head almost torn clear off by a face mask in the middle of a Super Bowl, and no one said a word.
Megatron's was a catch. Indeed, Megatron's was a catch. Anything that they say is not a catch is a catch, man.
Well, the NFL went through like 5 years of nobody, including staff and reps, knew what a catch was. No one, not us, not them, not Goodell. No one knew what a catch was. It was just a giant mystery. We all played. We played about 5 seasons of football, and no one on earth knew what a catch really was. And then finally, they kind of fixed that shit. I just think that's a funny ass time in sports to like no one would, except us watching, no one will ever remember that. But the truth is, there was a good span of about 5 years of the NFL, just randomly in the middle of the NFL's history, where no one at all knew exactly what a catch was, and we all just had to pretend like that didn't happen.
I would probably say for me, obviously as we talked about, the catch, non-catch involving theirs. But one that actually benefited us, I believe it was the one where we played the Lions in the divisional game. And I want to say, was it Brady James? Maybe it was after that. It was a linebacker was on the tight end, and it was clear passing.
Oh yeah, clear pass. Yeah, when they the penalty, I sat there like, oh my god, I'm looking there like. When the call goes on your side, you know what I'm saying? I agree with you.
I definitely couldn't trip on that. So I can put that up there.
Jamie said I sometimes feel like the refs still don't know what's a catch or what isn't a catch. I mean, yeah, they don't, man.
They still struggle a bit.
They don't know. It's like this, man. I say this all the time. Referees are the police. You got to think about it like kind of like it's the police. Like, you got police that's trying to hit their quarters. You still have police that don't know what they're doing. You have police that high experience. On any given day, it could be any given circumstance. But the difference in the NFL is entertainment. So sometimes it looks bad and scripted, but this is just what life is. It happens. So when things are called or not called, yeah, we furious at the moment. And you know what's crazy now? That they have these 2-minute, feedbacks where they say, oh, well, that was a catch now. Or that's not a catch. That wasn't a catch.
Oh, the Monday morning gets you shit, yeah.
You just go spin around all over again. The game's over. Everybody has to go through the hostile if they lost. The winners are kind of like, well, yeah, we got one. So, yeah, man, it's hard. It's hard to official. It's hard to officiate. The same way for, we'll say, over thousands of players in each sport. We'll just say that. Like, it's hard.
It doesn't have to be, though. We have replay. You can just replay everything.
Yeah, you can replay everything. Yeah, no, in those situations, yeah. But I'm just talking about in terms of even the replay. Like, sometimes we ain't got no time for that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes maybe they don't want to pay the extra TV money for it, though they can. They being cheap. But
they print money. They got it.
Right. Like, at the end of the day, like, we went to Patriots last week. Patriots game last week, and there was a holding call on the return for a touchdown, but it wasn't called.
Or the block in the back, yeah.
Me at the game, I'm there. I don't want to be there for another hour.
No one, including the Jets, they didn't want to be there either.
Real talk, but I mean, referee calls are just wild, man. I can think of a few, name a few, but I'm gonna go into my lifetime, when dealing with referees. So we are playing in the in the cities, BNBL. We go to Archdale Community Center in Rosendale. Playing this team, to advance to the semis. And at a point, they had a guy at the free throw line. And the coach made an illegal sub. Everybody seen the illegal sub come in and warned the referees, and the referees just let it ride. That guy that entered the game ended up scoring some points. That kind of messed up the game. So I'm sitting here like referees from the hood, referees in the NFL, NBA, man, they all gonna call it differently. Sometimes it gets you in trouble, but the referees at the end of the day, a lot of them still go. And nowadays, you get referees that get beat up. I've seen a lot of videos, especially in Massachusetts, where referees are getting literally beat up for making bad calls, defending themselves all around the world. Like, it's a tough job.
I mean, do we have a consensus, though, of which sport we think has the worst refs? Because if I have to go anywhere, just off of this year, I don't know how big of fans you guys are of baseball, but this was the worst officiated year of baseball I've ever seen.
It was bad. Baseball has the I would say if I had to pick one, it'd be basketball. They're terrible. It's a harder sport, I think, at times to officiate. But I will say that this singular year in baseball was so bad. But also, baseball's problem will always be the fact that they will not let go of tradition. And part of tradition is we need the umps. We need the umps. The umps are important. We need the human aspect of it. It's like, need is a strong word.
There were so many missed. Like, there's a strike zone, man, and you're calling a strike to a ball that's way out here.
That's always been part of baseball where a strike zone is subjective.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got. I mean, between a Jose Altuve and an Aaron
Judge. Aaron Judge. Yeah, you're exactly. So those are two ginormous different sides of people, and then you got the different type of ump behind you. Some guys are pitcher friendly. Some guys are hitter friendly. That is part of the game, but it's gotten to insane lengths at this last season. Then you got the thing like Jim Joyce. Remember that? You ruined that no hitter for Gallardo.
Yeah, I see. I remember that.
Oh,
That was devastating.
That was hard to watch, man. That's a hard thing to get. That's like you may not even ever be anything grand scheme in the majors, but you could say I had that, and he stole it from that man.
Yeah, because it's small company. You got to get that. But yeah, if I had to give it to any sport, it'd be them. And then I think Taquan maybe disagree with me, but I don't know. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I think the best officiating that I've seen just within a year, again, it's very early. I'd give it to the NHL. The only reason I say Tua to disagree with me is because his Devils got screwed out of 3 goals the other day. But that's one game out of this year so far. But I think reffing hockey is a little bit different than reffing the other sports. Everything's pretty clear, cut, and dry of what you can and can't do. And if you blatantly see it, it's called. But there's still some tough times in hockey when they got to, like, take a minute, review, and go. I think the other thing that I don't like about baseball is the fact that they brought in challenges. Because I don't remember challenges being a thing 10 years ago.
No, but they needed – I mean, you can't have a – hey, wait. You're talking out both sides of your mouth now. You can't say that they're bad and then say we can't have challenges. Like, you got to have some kind of replay if you want to get these calls right. Like, come on, what do you want?
No, I get your point. It's just I just don't remember challenges being a thing. So, I mean,
no, it was new.
It adds an extra layer to the baseball game.
Get off my lawn. These damn kids and their rap music.
Challenges, man. Tom Brady. Thank Tom Brady for challenges and all this instant replay bull crap that's going on right now. Thomas Edward Brady invented it in the snow in January. It was good that night, though. I'm going to be real, because I was eating some nice crackers, nice cheese, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got introduced to the cheese platter. You know, so I wasn't mad at that. Wasn't mad at the game that night, but when you dig into it, like, man, Charles Woodson. But nah, referees and all.
I shut the TV off when he fumbled. I'm like, come on, man. I shut everything off. Every light in my house was off. I was ready to just sit in the dark for a while. And then I heard somebody scream outside through the walls because my house was so quiet. I heard them scream, so I turned the TV back on, and they had reversed the call, and it was our ball still. And I was like, that's crazy. But, yeah, if I was ranking them, I'd say the worst of the NBA refs. Mostly because we know some of them are on the take. So, like,
oh man, yeah, that's a great documentary.
Yeah. So that alone is like, ooh, that's rough. I would say right under that is baseball. Football is just I feel like the league makes it difficult for them on purpose. I don't know. I feel like the league.
Well, the cameras save them sometimes.
Sometimes, right? So they have the most extensive replay system, so they can get saved a lot more. So and then I would put hockey is not as bad. Actually, I forgot to slide up in between baseball and soccer. Man, those refs are terrible. It is the most it's so corrupt, and they're the most subjective, and they're just like, am I gonna give this guy a red card? They'll walk up to him and like read his face and like let him talk him out of it, like a whole bunch of nonsense, man. I can't even watch it. And watching these guys flop.
I was wondering if you were going to throw soccer there, because I was like, I wonder if he's going to hit on the 5 main sports. I was about to say, what do you think about soccer at the end of that? But yeah, I'm glad you threw it in there.
Man. Oh, God.
It is pretty miserable. I think, like I said, I think that the NHL has pretty clear-cut rules to where everything's very simple. It's hard for a ref to mess up, except for literally 2 days ago when I saw the New Jersey Devils get screwed out of 3 goals. There was only 1 goal that I think I agreed with them on. The other 2, it ruined I think it was like a 12-14 game winning streak. Completely screwed them, and it screwed me out of a win too, because I have their goalie in hockey. But yeah, no, they got the easiest way, and then like you said, some of the NBA refs might be on the payroll, so I can see why they're number 1.
All these referees on the payroll.
I swear, some of these soccer calls, man, I'd be looking for like a red laser dot on their chest. Like, is he?
He might get taken out by the bookie.
Is he okay? Like.
And that's why these calls are so critical, because sports betting is such a huge industry.
Yeah.
And you've got to get these calls right. And Jake, to answer your question, sir, you said that you don't remember this going on about 10 years ago in baseball. You are correct.
Yeah.
Challenges started in baseball in 2014.
Yeah.
Dang.
But I mean, just not remembering it doesn't mean like, yeah, it's new. What up, Unc?
What up? What's
going on, Unc?
What up, dog? Yo, the best referee of all time, though, Shane McMahon.
The best one.
So let's look at some of these comments on this particular one. Raphael, obviously, he got the catch up in Green Bay. Jamie says 2019 AFC Championship game when Mahomes was clearly hit after releasing the ball, but no call was made. Then Brady wasn't even hit while throwing, and roughing the passer was called.
Yeah.
Or even the same year when the Saints played the Rams. I think that's the number one. That Saints ones, if I had to rank them,
bad, man.
It was so bad. Laid him out.
The ball was nowhere near there yet.
Maybe I'll probably say maybe if the Saints fans wasn't so obnoxious, y'all might have got that, but I digress.
You wanted to make sure Unc was in the room for that, didn't you?
Yes,
yeah, I did.
As a veteran move right there. That's what that was.
Hit him with that E-Honda 100 hands. Jay says, you actually used the example I was going to use in the next play. So it's talking more about that. This one is from Dante at Chicago Bear hanging out in the group with us. Said the 1984 OU versus UT, the ref called this an incomplete pass. UT kicks a field goal and ties the game 15-15, which is how it ended.
Yeah.
King Tuss said offensive pass interference on Kittle in the Super Bowl second quarter, right before the halftime show. Yeah, this one was week 2.
I remember this play. Oh, yo, I see that. I say, yo, that's why I knew Brady and them had the refs on the hip. You know what I'm saying?
Like good old Jesse James, right?
Jesse James, the road dog.
Although, look. What I will say is, if in means of consistency, if the Calvin Johnson catch wasn't a catch, neither is that, because the ball it completely moved once it hit the ground. But if you want to say it passed the plane already, yeah, I got you. That's again, that was during that period of time where the NBA had, the NFL.
Now nowadays it just goes past the plane and it's
right. All I'm saying is that was in that 5-year period where the NFL had no idea what a catch was.
Well, Wilson,
I think that's the part that pissed me off the most. Not because I'm a Cowboy fan, but then they have the nerve to come back about 2 or 3 years later and say, that should have been a kid. You could have just skipped that to yourself.
Sorry, guys.
No, they just wanted to peel the Band-Aid off and put a new one on is what they wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
So say his knee was down as he crossed the plane prior to hitting the ground, though. His knee was down, but he hadn't been touched yet.
Yeah, no. What he means by the knee being down is that so once your knee is down, that means this play is taking place not in the end zone. Therefore, the whole cross the line rule, once it hits the ground, you gotta maintain control. Which is why that the Calvin Johnson one should have been a touchdown because it happened all in the end zone already. So he just came up.
He was already celebrating.
Right.
He was already celebrating.
He was he was mid-dance and they were like, no catch. He's like, what? But yeah, I see what they're saying right there with that call, but like again, that was just part of the NFL having a catch.
It was just weird anyway that he did that, and I looked at the replay multiple times. Like it was just weird that the whole, and then that kind of messed it up. Like you said, if it was in the end zone, he was doing that. Been all good, but for the fact that he wasn't fully in yet, it kind of shook the mind. But Pittsburgh fans were heated that night, man. That was crazy. I was watching that 425 game, man.
So that's our first segment for tonight, gentlemen. We're going to take our first break for tonight. We'll be back in about 15-20. Hold on to your butts. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
What's up, guys? It's Mike Larimore here. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to STWF Media for all of the love and the positivity they've been sending my way recently. We partnered up, you know what I'm saying? I just like the energy the guys bring over there. So any sports talk, you want to talk football, you want to talk baseball, they might even talk bowling if you're interested. Boxing, whatever your thing is, man. Go check them out. There's a lot of great coverage over there. Again, it's nothing but positive energy from these guys. Go check them out. Peace.
And we are back. So we got a couple more questions here. Lee Evans' non-catch against the Pats in the AFC Championship game?
Why don't I remember that? I love Lee Evans.
You remember that?
I love
You
the
remember
Pats.
that?
I can't remember. I might have greened that one away.
Crab, they said they won the game for Miss Crab, and the dude missed and the kicker missed the field goal.
Oh,
right
yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
That was crazy too.
Good to be a Pats fan that day.
Y'all sure got a lot of ties to that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all start showing like championships, tainted championships.
A lot of them.
Remember Lee Evans in college would be at the line like this? I used to love Lee Evans.
Yep. What are your opinions of the fines they throw on football players? That's interesting.
Celebration fines suck.
Yeah,
let the boys have fun.
Yeah, we're distinguishing creativity. Let them express themselves. Keep the helmet on, obviously, even though I don't agree with that. I love that Emmett used to take his helmet off, and that is the Emmett rule. But let them go to town.
Yeah, it was still my favorite one was when I believe it was Diggs when he was with Minnesota when he tossed the helmet after that game-winning touchdown in the playoffs. That was outstanding.
Yeah, then it's game time. Like,
who was that against?
That was against.
Vikings.
Hold on. But DJ,
wait, no, it's Saints, wasn't it? Oh, it's Saints. Yeah, Saints.
But DJ Moore gets penalized for it.
It wasn't the game winner though. They still need to kick a field goal. They still need to kick a field goal.
Doesn't matter.
The game was done. It was over.
The field goal kicker should have had the field goal from 50 yards instead of 20.
That's
Fun fact, they flagged the wrong guy. Shouldn't have been DJ Moore. DJ Moore took his helmet off. By the time he took his helmet off, he was off. He was out of the back of the end zone. He was off of the field of play. It was the line. Someone else came in there going nuts, took their helmet off, and then eventually DJ Moore walked back in the field and just added to it. But
see, that's proof in the pudding. Don't be a follower.
They flagged the wrong guy.
Don't be a follower.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. All because someone else took their helmet off.
Also, bro, you didn't score, bro. Like, keep your helmet on. Jesus.
That's like a wingman on the field.
Yeah, like it's like a hype man you didn't ask for. Like, what are you doing up here, man? This is my stage.
So next one we call "Stay in Your Lane," and this is I'm pretty sure Jake, not from State Farm, is going to be pretty animated about this because it's one of his favorite players.
Oh, it is.
This one is in regards to, first off, this is from Chris St. Clair. Shout out to you. And Lamar just showed his true character. And this is in response to a fan who says, when someone is asking for over $250 million guaranteed, like Jackson, games like this should not come to Justin Tucker, greatest kicker ever. Shout out to you, Hook'em. Let Lamar walk and spend that money on a well-rounded team. And Lamar responds to him, boy, STFU, y'all be capping too much on this app. MF never smelt a football field, never did shit but eat a egg.
STFU, not to be confused with STWF. We are not affiliated.
Now look, he did throw a little bit of a mic drop on that post. Now I'm not going to be as hard on Lamar as I should be considering the severity of the situation or what could be severity. My only thing is that I wouldn't say necessarily showed his true colors. I would say showed his immaturity.
Yeah.
He wants a bag. He wants to get paid a lot. He wants, I'm assuming, to stay with the Ravens, which is why he's asking for more money and he wants to be there for the long haul. But that just showed his immaturity. This guy's younger than me and I'm 26. So he's got you got growing pains. You got some learning to do. And if I'm being completely real, yes, I am a Lamar hater. Yes, I don't like the guy whatsoever. I think he's trash. I think he's out of the league in 5 years tops, maybe. But this is on the defense, man. He's getting into these games and, getting them leads. The defense is what's blowing it. The close games, yeah, that can be his fault. But these close games where you see these four scores, it was like back-to-back. I saw this picture of 4 scores where they're up and they're showing pictures of Lamar. I'm like, that's the defense's fault. Why are we showing a picture of Lamar when they're up and then they show that they lose these games? That's not Lamar's fault. Is he playing cornerback? No. Stop blaming Lamar for these losses. It's the defense. But 2, I just got a problem with Lamar because I don't like his style of play, I guess. That's my fault. But then again, that's just me being a Ravens hater. I don't care what Justin Fields is doing. He's running the same thing, and he's just, Lamar light. I just don't like the Ravens, and I don't like Lamar, and I think that just showed his immaturity. I think he's taken a lot of flack, and he doesn't know how to handle it. People are blaming him for most of his losses. But if you get down to the real nitty-gritty, I don't like the Ravens. Their defense sucks. Their defense is losing the games, not Lamar. Lamar needs to grow up.
Okay. Definitely showed a crack in the armor for a guy that we've seen be real button up and real genuine and a solid dude. And it showed that what's happening around him is starting to get to him. It shows that being blamed for everything is starting to get to him, which is part of being a quarterback. And a guy who can't handle that type of pressure doesn't get a $250 million bag. So this is why you may not get the bag, my guy. Now, I actually am on the other side of this spectrum. I love Lamar. I will still be highly critical. Anybody who knows me knows I criticize my own guys all the time. Look, you can't do this. You can't. Because the next step is when you start calling out your defense, you're pointing fingers, you're yelling at coaches. Like, this is a slippery slope. You can't argue with fans or random people, KD. Like you can't do this. Make a burner page. Learn from KD at least. Like, I don't know, find another way, but you can't do this. And we're not even discussing what the real problem that people are having, which is the homophobic undertones of this that some people are going to attribute to this, which I will not. But a lot of people are, which is why a lot of people are talking about this whole situation. He's got to just chill out. Like, look, everybody knows it. Everybody's watching. It doesn't matter who the camera shows. Anybody who knows football knows that defense is Swiss cheese. He made it. That's why he lost in the stadium last in college and now in the pros. Wait, he was made that he's lost in the stadium. Oh, I mean, what? Wait, what are we talking about here? All right. Either way, all I know is that he can't do this. He can't let this happen. He's got to. This is a one-time thing. He's young. We won't even. They make a playoff run. He wins the game. We won't even talk about this ever again. It's not a thing that.
Man, yo, I'm about to. Y'all laugh if y'all want. Anybody that's listening right now, laugh if you want. Him saying that at the end doesn't necessarily. I'm not gonna do that. But people that are in the anti-gay community, they liking that because that's be real. That's what they're doing. Not even being the ass, but that's real. It's real. But in terms of the immaturity part, yes, you're immature for saying that. And people are trying to back the gay community into thinking and getting at Lamar. This is something that people are gonna bash him for. But in terms of the NFL bag, no, it's not gonna do anything with him getting the bag.
Does he deserve that money?
Huh?
Does he deserve that money?
He deserves.
Well, let me rephrase this. Obviously, he deserves whatever the team feels like they're going to pay him. I guess a better question would be is,
has he earned it?
Well, he got
that's subjective.
That's 45 playing COD.
Well, let me ask you this: if you were the owner of the Ravens, would you pay that to him?
I got 2 words for you: Russell Wilson. No, I don't give him the 250. You know why? Because I know I put everything in place in terms of system-wise that made him maximize his potential. Go ahead. If you think you can go do this somewhere else, if you can go be an MVP caliber player somewhere else where they don't have this scheme, they don't have this coach, go for it.
So there's 3, maybe 4 quarterbacks that make $250 million. Josh Allen, 6 years, $258.
Superman, whole team on his back every week.
Then you got
Through
Kyler
passing.
Murphy, 5 years, 230.
Kyler Murray did not deserve it. They're regretting that.
Patty Mahomes, 10 years, 450.
Already a champion.
And then that's about it as far as in that price range. So again, should he be paid that type of money if he was on your roster? And I'm looking at his rating for this year.
He ain't worth it.
He's 17th in passer rating.
And you can't blame him
middle of the pack.
And you can't blame it on not having wide receivers. The guy can't throw anyway. He can't.
Stop that.
No, he can't.
He threw for 38 touchdowns in his second year. I don't want to hear you can't throw. You sound
dude. Yeah, all his touchdowns came within the 10 to goal line, going to Mark Andrews on crossing routes.
First of all, no,
There's
they didn't.
Deep balls.
No, first of all, no, they didn't. Second of all, even if they did, guess what? Still touchdowns. I don't want to hear he can't throw.
No, you can't.
All right, well,
okay.
You don't know what throwing is.
So I'm looking at his average per pass. This year, I'm just concentrating on this year.
Throwing to a bunch of Jakes.
He's 18 at 6.9 per attempt. So he's got middle of the pack numbers. He's got his yards.
Lewis.
For yards, he's 19. So all of his numbers are showing he's in the middle of the pack this year.
Yeah, and now show me his receivers. They're below the middle of the pack. And the ones that were good died like a couple weeks ago. They're all injured. He's throwing to guys that he hasn't had a number one his entire career at receiver. Not a number one receiver, not one. Not Hollywood's not a number one guy. None of them. Not a number one receiver anywhere to be found. Now look, am I saying that he's Mahomes with the arm? No, he's not. But if a guy isn't a pure elite passer, then you have to supplement that with actual better receivers. Instead, they gave him less and just made it a whole running team. Which, okay, that plays to another strength that he has, but like he can still throw the ball. You have to give him guys. It's crazy. Any other quarterback, if they had those receivers, you'd be like, who's he throwing to? But because it's Lamar, you're like, no, doesn't matter who he's throwing to. He sucks.
Nah, I just feel like it's more of the stereotype. And people that don't like the stereotype, it's okay. It's okay not to. People like different style quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? We know you're a Joe Burrow Bengals fan. We know you like quarterbacks that obviously stay in the pocket and not erratic. That's cool. We're not going to bring it to that point. But to bash Lamar the way people do, he's a football player at the end of the day. And if you played football, even sniffed the field of football, watch football and all that, he's an athlete. He's a great football player. His position is the QB. And that he's grown in his career to have that position. You know how the people breathe, sweat, bleed to be an NFL quarterback, a professional quarterback, where there's no JUCO leagues, there's no G leagues, any of that. And he's in the circle, and he's not only in the circle, he's on TV shows every day being talked about. Airways being talked about. Not only because he's him, but he has game. I hate when people say Lamar. Don't you hate Lamar for what? Okay, for what
he's in the news right now for a bad reason.
For what he said this week to a guy.
First time ever.
Lamar is. If people can't respect Lamar in that game, then that's what it is. In terms of being paid, that man deserves to be paid. Now I'm gonna say $300 million. No, I'm not gonna say that. But at the end of the day, that man deserves to be paid with the guys who are being paid.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there. Hope I don't tell on myself. I got an inside source to that locker room. And I can tell you, based on what I've been told, they've got a pretty decent receiver on that team who's very frustrated with not only the offense, but with Lamar, because he can't get it through his read progressions like he should. And this person is extremely frustrated because they feel like he's wasting his time there. And it's not just him. It's kind of amongst other people in the organization. I just leave it like that.
I buy it. I'd love to know who that receiver is, who's decent, because they suck.
We'll talk about it offline.
Okay. That's fine.
It's an active player on that roster.
Yeah, which is
I know who it is.
So it's fine because if they're active, Right now, if they're active right now, they're probably garbage because no one on that active wide receiver group right now is a great
I just hope it's not D Jackson.
So let me ask you this.
I love D Jack, but he's old too. So
I know, right? So let me ask you this. You're probably going to be hard to get some free agents there. They don't draft well. They haven't put the right talent around them. But from a free agent perspective, when you see them in that offense, all you see is the wide receivers being an extension of the offensive line. Mm-hmm. No wide receiver who, and you know what, wide receivers are just basketball players that know how to play football. They're divas. Mm-hmm. And will they want to sacrifice their numbers for the betterment of the team? So what free agent is going to go there?
Yeah, it's tough. You got to draft the right guys. They've had some receiver-ass drafts, and I like Bateman. I do like Bateman, but you got to stay healthy.
I would like to see him in a more of a. I would like to see his game evolve. His game to me is the same game he had when he was at Louisville.
Lamar, yeah.
I would like to see it evolve to where if he can display that he can, by all means, he's not a pocket passer. To me, he would be more efficient in like a West Coast offense where they move the pocket. Mm-hmm. They got tight ends, they got receivers, crisscrossing all over the place, backs coming out of the backfield. So that goes back to Greg Roman.
He's not with those guys either. You got to be real. A lot of these guys who we're talking about guards and all that, look at their receivers. Look at the way they run the offenses. They have guys for that. If you go Lamar and go over there, hey, new face, boom, do what it do. I just think people just think this and see the Ravens organization is like, it's good to paint that picture, dog. That's why I say, man.
What did Kyler say this week? Schematically fucked.
And again, remember, just so you know, I started this off saying I wasn't going to be hard on Lamar, and I wasn't. I blame the defense, and someone just said something about the OC, and that's true. They're not doing anything to switch this playbook up, which is why Lamar has looked a little bit more mid than he did in his 2019 season because they're running the same playbook and people figured it out. But the guy, again, you can go ahead and get mad at me, Will, and anybody. I don't think the guy can pass more than 15 yards down the field accurately. And
we've seen multiple bombs.
I don't think he does not deserve a huge contract. He can get a 2-year and get paid decently to see if they can redo the playbook, maybe get a receiver, see if that helps, but I don't see it helping. But no, this entire segment, and especially everything I talked on, I blame the defense. And someone said that the defense isn't Swiss cheese, they're injured, that causes them to be Swiss cheese. And also any cornerback and safety that they have had this year, in the past 3 years actually, have all been garbage. They've completely just went down in any bit of like high standard that they had. Their linebackers are still holding them in, and their defensive line is also getting injured, not playing that well and getting old, especially with like a Calais Campbell type player. They need to revamp their defense because the Ravens defense is what wins them games and championships. That's what they need to get back to.
We're focusing on his skill set, what he can and can't do. I can say one thing that isn't happening there. If he's supposed to be your franchise quarterback, to an extent, you're supposed to have a voice within that organization and that locker room. And that includes having input on the game plan. So either they don't respect him enough to do that, or he didn't grow a pair and voice his concerns. Now, I went back and looked, and Kawan, you're correct, man. He did run a pro-style offense. He put up some gaudy numbers in college.
Albeit at Louisville. But yes.
Right. I was about to say, got to look at the conference he played in. But
still Power 5 conference.
Mm-hmm. I can't take that away from him. Yeah. But if he's supposed to be the man, if they're going to invest the type of money, he needs to step up and say, hey, because you got to think about, I'm pretty sure everybody's favorite team on here at some point in time, their quarterback has input on that game plan.
Yeah, usually after they get paid, though.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I just feel like typically, not always.
Typically. And you know what? The Ravens really should give Lamar a chance to voice his opinion, too. This guy is a former MVP, and he has led a lot of NFL stats. Give this guy a chance to at least throw his input in there if he already hasn't. And if he has, implement it and see where it gets you. But again, I'm going to say this again, and I might get disagreed with. It's the defense's fault that they're at where they're at, not Lamar's.
I will say the defense is getting switched up, but also if you're a running quarterback, like not a running quarterback only, but like a running system, you need to keep the defense off the field a little longer. You got to give them.
You should. You
got to be able to run clock now. Like some of those, remember Brady in those days? Like, yeah, he had great defenses, but he would also go on like 8-9 minute drives to keep, and not even a great. I mean, sometimes it was powerful run, but sometimes it was just a lot of dink and dunk, just smoke and mirrors and bleed you dry until like by the time the defense got back on, they were all like fresh and ready to go, like they had a whole quarter off, and now you're facing a great defense that's fresh. Like you got to give the defense a little time to rest. They're either a touchdown or 3 and out.
Hey, go back to Anthony's comment.
I will definitely.
He says when your main target is your tight end, that's a problem. If you pay Lamar, you would have to cut some people on that defense. That is true, but even though it's a bad comparison,
Patty doing fine.
There you go. Kelsey is the number 1 target on that team.
Patty doing fine.
and Andrews is not too far, in my opinion, talent-wise, it's not too far behind Kelsey.
No, it's comparable.
I say, man, move. That's like you saying. Lamar got to move. Lamar got to move.
The Brady and Gronk story as well.
If that's true about time of possession, then I stand corrected, but like that's crazy. That means the defense really is that bad then.
Really? He need to move. The window might be closed, man. You know what I'm saying? It may just be like the relationship is getting stale. And that's why I said I think Lamar probably going to move. It is not no disrespect to the Ravens or anything. It's just things didn't go the way you would think they would go. The Ravens are not going to budge in the way they operate their team. And if Lamar and his team feel a certain way, they're not going to budge. And it's just going to end up in him being somewhere else where, I mean, whoever is there is letting him do the things that we believe is not happening in Baltimore.
I want to touch on somebody said that if you switch Lamar with Cliff Kingsbury, like if he had Cliff Kingsbury, if he was on the Cardinals, they'd be way better. That's a hard no, real bad no. I think he's a better overall player than Kyler. Kyler's a better passer than him for sure, and that's crazy. And I'll say Cliff Kingsbury is part of the problem over there. I know everyone's going to put it on Kyler. Part of the problem, though, is also Kingsbury. He's a one-trick pony. And when that trick doesn't work, he never has a plan B. There's no chance at all that they would be better with Lamar. What I would say
no balls.
What I would say is you put Lamar with Kyle Shanahan.
Bingo.
That's different.
Bingo.
Then you're going to have something special.
You put Lamar on that team,
oh my God,
that's a Super Bowl champion, right?
That's scary as hell if you put him on that team.
He gets a new toy and Kittle. You got Debo going crazy. Ayuk,
Debo, and Ayuk, and then McCaffrey. Like when you run that run pass option, the RPO, you have no idea where that ball's going, and whoever gets it is explosive. Score from anywhere. That'd be amazing to watch. I might do it in Madden.
Dangerous. Man. Hey, is it? Nah, I ain't getting into that. We're talking about Lamar. All right.
He hates Kyler so much, though. It's funny.
Who does?
Lewis.
Oh, really?
Well, hey, I don't got anything against Kyler.
I'm not a big fan of Kyler. I'm not a big fan of Kyler either. I just don't. As a passer, he's still better.
I'm not a big fan of Kyler. I just think it's absolutely funny, and I get a little pissed off because I see him getting in DeAndre Hopkins' face, and I like DeAndre Hopkins a lot. And it's just funny seeing him. It looks like it's a chihuahua barking up at a lab every time they fight. And I'm just like, bro, leave him alone. He's going to slap you.
So I'm looking. So right now, the Ravens, you know that the website I shared with y'all yesterday that breaks down all the rankings, they have them ranked number 10. But they're giving it up through the air on the defensive side.
This Ravens team is failing. It's failing because of the defense.
Would you take Justin Fields over Lamar?
Right now, yes, just because of the contract situation. I don't got to pay him $250 million.
No contracts involved. Like just based off play.
Oh, just like up and up? No. I'd take Lamar.
No, I'd still take Lamar too.
too damn short to see receivers.
But see, that's the coach's fault. If he's that short, why are they scared to try to make him a pocket passer? Why are they not moving the pocket? And everything's vertical routes. But that's the offense he ran it
vertical, long ass
that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
With an okay line, like yes.
And 5'8" is nice. I think he might be shorter than that.
Yeah, he's a pocket-sized quarterback, but not in the.
Yeah, they were being nice saying he was 5'10".
Nah, that dude ain't no 5'10".
McCoy wins because they simplify the offense when he gets in there, and it's different than what they normally run. Over time, if you keep McCoy in there, they'll get exposed again.
Hey, Colt McCoy was Taylor Heineke before Taylor Heineke. So I don't know, man. McCoy got some juice coming from.
All I'm saying is when McCoy comes in, they look better, but it's because they simplify shit. They don't run all the extra crazy shit that they always run, and then teams are like, "Oh, that's a little different." They got to get used to it, but over time, they get smoked. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's always the thing with the quarterbacks that come in like midway through game or whatever. We saw it with Zappy, we saw it with McCoy, we saw it with Heineke. When you have a regular quarterback, teams are getting ready for a certain quarterback. Whenever you switch someone out, Jordan Love goes in, Zappy goes in, McCoy goes in, Heineke really goes in. They're not ready for it, and they look. That quarterback looks really good because the defense is expecting something else, and they've completely changed the way that they're playing in that point. And then the very next series, they look like junk. So Jordan Love started out 5 for 5 and looked very good, and he finished like 6 for 13. So I mean, you can kind of see where you get. What was it?
He ended up being 6 for 9. He had a great game. I love who he did.
6 for 9. Thank you for correcting me. I didn't want to give it. I didn't want to mess him up or make him.
I did the same thing. I said 6 for 13 as well.
Yeah,
the other day.
But he had a great showing, and I'd be promised, especially if he got like a full camp at ones all the way through. Jordan Love, I still think the ceiling's super high for him, and he looked a lot better than he did last year. So I'm with him, and I hope he does well.
Yeah.
So to finish up the segment, we say that okay. So as a census, who would give Jackson the money he's asking for?
Not me.
2.
I'm just saying, go to the Apple. Go to the Apple. Go to the Apple. The Empire will give it to you.
Why?
Go to the Apple. Because
you keep saying it, but why?
New York, whatever team it is, they going to give you the playbook. They going to give you everything. Make sure they going to. And I'm going to be real. They got 2 good Doug-type coaches over there, dog. They're not better than Harbaugh, but it's not Harbaugh. Harbaugh's in the system. He's a coach. He's loving his job. He's loving the Ravens organization.
Yeah, but you got to look at the overall situation. That line isn't great there.
Oh, I'm not listening to all that.
Their receivers aren't good there. If you're going to leave the Ravens, you got to go to a better situation, not a worse.
No, but hold on. But listen, but look at it. They don't go look for receivers? We're not going to sit here and act like the Giants haven't been predicated on going to get receivers.
Yeah, who they get? Kenny Galladay? How's that working out?
Listen. The Jets don't got receivers?
No.
What? The Jets don't got receivers?
They got one guy, Garrett Wilson.
Elijah Moore.
That's crazy.
He don't even want to be there.
You've been on fire all night, but now I'm going to smoke that. No.
Let's go to the Jets. Let's go to the Jets. He doesn't want to be there.
Come on. They got a tight end. They got a good tight end. The Jets. They got good receivers.
Who's the tight end?
And they got good backs.
Who's the tight end?
Wanamaker's not a bad back. A bad tight end.
Not a good one either.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
All right, real quick, I got to throw my opinion there. Hey, Brian
Go to
Dable,
the Apple, bro. Go to a market that's going to appreciate you. The New York Rangers and the New York fans going to appreciate you. They going to appreciate you. Go to Apple.
Brian Dable ain't stupid enough to take Lamar Jackson. Robert Saleh's desperate enough to take him, so I can see it.
Ooh, HSO.
Right.
I mean, maybe.
So he gets franchise tag this year.
If he gets franchise tag this year, then we know what the deal is with it. We know what the Ravens are going to do with it. And if that's the case, then the Ravens are just going to play with him until ultimately they can't no more. And in the meantime, if Lamar has to go through that situation, hey man, Kirk Cousins is making a good living off it money wise. Yo, Lamar, you're gonna make way more than that. Whatever.
Well, if they franchise him and they draft a young quarterback, I think the writing will be on the wall of what's going to happen in year 2.
Yeah, if they draft a young quarterback, they're telling them to bounce.
Right. And then at that time too, the market still goes
Time
up.
out. Here's the other thing that you didn't consider too. Here's the other thing that you never considered. My man just lost his shit over a tweet. Have fun with the New York media.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Hey,
my man Lamar just lost his shit over a little tweet. Have fun with the New York media.
They eat him alive out there.
He's not built for it, bro. He can't go to New York.
There's a lot of people that ain't built for it.
And they don't do well.
Hey, Kevin Durant's over here battling every night. Kevin Durant go out there and drop 25 every night. I ain't listening to that.
He's like
you just gotta go out there and compete. Kevin Durant averaging 25, 30 points a game.
Kevin Durant's one of the greatest players to ever do it. Lamar's
one of the best quarterbacks playing in the NFL right now. Are you crazy? What?
Lamar's an amazing. Lamar's one of the. Listen. You wilding out. You're not even saying nothing. You're just wilding.
You know what it is. Lamar's one of the top QBs in the game. Go to the Apple, Lamar.
Not ever,
Go
though.
to the Apple.
Not ever. That's a terrible idea.
Go to New York, New Jersey. Go to MetLife. Go to
that's an idea. That's an idea.
That's
an idea. That's an idea. Go to Washington.
Hey,
that's an idea.
So we appreciate you. Hey, Washington too. Hey, it could be a lot.
They got weapons everywhere.
The market. They have markets.
And a great defense.
If I'm Washington, if they franchise them and I'm Washington, I'll still go get them. I just give them what they want for them.
Make that call.
Yeah.
Lamar belongs in Houston.
All
right, let's take a break.
Lamar needs to join the rest of the QBs from that draft class on the Panthers since they are collecting.
I like that one. That was a good one.
That's good.
Hey, and we know that they are not in New York, they're in New Jersey. I am from New Jersey, sir. I do know that, but we know where the crime and the money is coming from. If you don't know,
you say the crime and the money.
He talking some mob stuff now. Go to commercial.
The crime and the money comes from New York.
We about to get flagged. Get him out of here.
New Jersey's a safe spot.
Take it the break.
Yeah, we want to take our break. Cause he gonna have them hitters coming for us. We'll be back in about 15, 20. Y'all hold tight.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Woo! And we're back at it like we're mad at it.
Hey. Real quick before we hit this last segment, again, this is crazy. This is like a week and a half straight of just the comments completely popping off. You guys have been great in the comments section lately.
This is great.
So please do us a favor here in the studios, because we all got studios now.
Like and subscribe.
Subscribe, share. YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Like I said on Sunday, I just found out we had an Instagram. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah, I had no idea. I am today years old when I found that out.
There we go. Follow us on all that. Keep those comments up, and please share us out. And I just want to give a quick shout out. I'm not leaving yet. Just a quick shout out to my guy Will, so I didn't have to be the one to get in a fight with two today. That was great.
Come in.
Hey, me and him been doing this since we kids, man. We've been doing this.
I see you had a picture of you with the throwback Wizards jersey on today. I said,
you see me, right?
Hey, man. Hey, where would it be, man, without, hey, it's going to happen, man. But man, it's all love. Love, respect.
Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club, man. We used to get it down in the main room.
Yes,
no snaps. Hey, yo, no snaps, no slaps, right?
No snaps, no slaps. You might not know big backs. No
big backs neither.
Big backs. Where's Uncle Leroy
and respect?
Hey, Uncle Leroy, right now, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, Uncle Leroy. Handling things behind the scenes, man, at an A+, perfectionist way, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing right now, taking care of the family. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of the children, man. You just catch him up and down the comment section, and you know if he wanted to, he pop in anytime he wants to, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing.
I'm just making sure the foundation is sturdy, and it definitely is.
No doubt.
So
you're gonna call this last segment "Can't Get Right," and this one is from who's this from? The Sports Judge.
Luca's going nuts right now. Sorry.
Is he?
just hit him with a boop boop, step back, 3 from like 30.
But he's overrated though, but I digress. But anyhow,
what? Who said that nonsense?
Yeah, it's in the group. It's in the group. That's another segment. It's in the group.
Segment. That's
we need to talk.
Hey, you know that's for the OTGBS show. That's the BS show again.
We got a couple segments in regards to that thing.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good segment to save.
So this one from the Sports Judge. He says, "Beautiful gesture, great way to pay homage to beloved safety Sean Taylor." And I have to say, well, it's a nice gesture, but it's 2 years in a row they've tried to do it, in 2 years in a row that I figured they ain't got it right.
The only way I accept this is if they say that there is a bust coming. If this is just a placeholder for a bust that they're going to put up for the man, cool. I'm cool for it. But just this is a nice gesture, maybe disrespectful because they're using a freaking mannequin. Come on.
Not even a mannequin. They didn't even it's a wire.
It's a wire? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
This is the most Snyder Redskin thing I have ever seen. He is terrible. He is the worst human being who owns the team, aside by James Dolan and Donald Sterling we already got rid of. This is horrid. I can't believe they did this to my guy.
I thought about giving him an out because I do know they're in the process. Obviously, Snyder got his stuff going on, but I know they're trying to get a new stadium. And I was trying to get him out. Well, maybe they don't want to do the stadium. I mean, the bus or the statue because of that. But then I started thinking, when they redid AT&T Stadium, they moved Coach Landry's statue from Texas Stadium out to Arlington, so it can be done. So I got to take that off the thing. And this is Dan Snyder being Dan Snyder. Man.
When I saw it, I'm like, word, they're selling his jersey again.
Dang.
Are they really selling his jersey?
No, that's what I thought when I saw the statue, though.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looked like. It's terrible. This is a disgrace.
I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, but if I were to purchase a jersey outside of my Cowboys, it would be a Sean Taylor jersey. Dude was a straight beast. He's from the U.
Yeah.
Greatness is just greatness, and he was definitely headed to greatness. In a short amount of time we have.
Also, he's the last human being to actually make a real tackle in a Pro Bowl.
Yes.
He lit dude up. I was so happy about that.
Sean Taylor, black hooded. No, but send me the link for that. Anthony?
No, yeah.
New stadium might be in a different state. Really?
He's saying it's just other team, I think. Or maybe they're gonna put it somewhere else. I don't know. Yeah,
it does.
Dick Sporting Goods sale mannequin. Yeah.
This right here. It looks like a Dick Sporting Goods sale mannequin. Yo,
it does.
For real, dog. That is comedy, dog. But you know, hey, man. I'm gonna be real in this situation. It's disrespectful and all that. You know what I'm saying? But and the rich people think like this, man. As long as they just put it up, they're caring. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that, rather be the family or there's people that have ties with the Redskins that may, been cool with Sean, are speaking to representatives with this. I know Daniel Snyder's a snob, forget him, he's a mark. But at the same time, it is whack. You know what I'm saying? Strings, you know what I'm saying? Sean Taylor wasn't a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Have some respect for him. I would be more appreciative if you glued the jersey, the helmet, the cleats, all that to a mural or something. I would be more appreciative of that. You doing all the it doesn't. You don't even have to do that. Memorial, a good memorial, nice things about him, accolades that he had. Maybe you still got that the Hall of Fame don't got. Things like that. It's not hard.
And they
make it hard on themselves by doing stuff like this.
They put him in a glass box. They put a mannequin in a glass box. Like
It's horrible. It was just like I said, they were trying to do a nice gesture, and it just turned out to be a disgrace. It's like I said, the only way that this is okay is that if they have a bust currently in the making, or they have some kind of a statue being made.
Then just
but
wait.
But like Coach said, they're in the process of trying to do whatever they're doing to sell the team, so they're being cheap. Nah, don't do that. Just don't do it at all. Just wait. Yeah. Have a Sean Taylor Day, which I think they already have.
And it was a bomb.
Because you know what nobody was asking for right now? A Sean Taylor statue. Like no one was saying anything. Just wait it out and then unveil it on the next Sean Taylor Day when you don't blow it like the last time. Like
this shows where Snyder can't get it right. If I remember correctly, he kind of popped that Sean Taylor Day out of nowhere, like you saying that nobody asked for it. It helped me remember. At the time it happened, I think that people's eyebrows were raised. So that's when he was in
hot water.
Yeah. So he tried to throw it off. So then, because he couldn't get that right, he had so much backlash from that. He tried it again. He's in hot water again.
See, what happened was, and then
hey fellas, for a second, can I read something? Can I read something? Shout out to people.com. Charlotte McBride, which is Sean Taylor's daughter, says that one significant piece of equipment that is important is the soccer cleats. Said that Sean Taylor wore soccer cleats and that they were something that was super special to her father. So in regards to everything else, shitty, but I mean, like I said, at least they took something, you know what I'm saying?
They got a detail right in a whole situation. All right, I mean, cool. Like, you know, sometimes
he said she had a favorite part of the memorial. Just to even say that, I mean,
hey, look,
everybody. I guess the public. It's tough because you got social media, and everybody's bashing. But the thing about me is, I want to hear what family members are saying in regards to his stuff. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, those are the people that really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's there for us. And, you know, in this world, we're going to be objective and we're going to want opinion. We're going to want things different. But if his family, I want to know how his family feels about it. You know what I'm saying? How his family feels about the murder and all that stuff. And, hey, that's what I pulled up from his daughter.
Understood. I respect that. I mean, and they got the cleats right, and sometimes the dumb
shit. It's like crazy. Sorry, I mentioned this
you too. My joke twice now. I'm done.
I got a funeral. No, it's like a funeral. No, it's like a funeral. It's like when people pass away. You know what I'm saying? And you know, funeral, and some people arguing, and some people like this and that. You know how that type of in the funeral stuff just doesn't go. You know, people want one thing, another thing. You know, might be some chit chat after. You know, things of that nature. Yeah, man, it's a tough situation, man, because he's a great football player, a guy that should be given everything, given the best flowers you can buy, and shit, nothing can be done in this world, man.
The thing is, they didn't have to do it. That's where I'm at with it. Like, they just didn't have to do it now. They could have waited and did something a lot better. I get that, like, it's a gesture, but like, it's like I don't know how you thought that was gonna be received when you put up a wire framing with his jersey on it, like. You could have just hung the jersey up, like you said, like on a mural. Like, I don't understand why this was the way to go. I don't know. It's weird. And again, it's more of the misdirection stuff that Snyder does. Like, it's more of, I'm in hot water. I don't want people looking at me. Look at this. And I don't think I feel like, well, I don't know for sure, but I feel like that's the second time he's used this man like that.
Yeah. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
All I can say is get it right the third time when the new ownership comes in and buys the team.
Yeah.
And actually, that would be a great olive branch for that new ownership.
And this too, no, but real talk on this. If they end up going somewhere else and they end up changing it around for everybody's liking and things like that, I guess that does something to in the heart. You know, this is, like you said, the second time they've done it. I didn't see the first one. The first one better than this one?
Nah, it was a service.
Okay, so this is the actual first.
But it like they just threw something together.
Look, whatever. They got the cleats right, I guess.
They got the cleats right, man.
Give them one thing.
Everybody. They got the. I heard people capping on the Adidas cleats, and I'm sitting there like, damn, going in crazy. But when I just read this article just now, I had to share it with you guys because that's
sometimes a dumb shit drops a clever turd.
Yeah, Reebok pants. I said Reebok pants are the Nike shirt.
Out to Ant, born and raised in DC. Man, I want to come down to DC one of these days. Real talk, it's close.
Well, don't go look at that attraction. It ain't gonna be that long.
I've been to DC.
No, I'm saying that they better take that down and put up a statue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. A statue.
Jamie, I just like that I didn't get into a fight.
Then hold on. If you go put a statue up, then you get Doug Williams and all these other guys that want statues.
No, Doug Williams alive. He ain't dead.
The Doug Williams won the Super Bowl. Doug Williams won the Super Bowl. I'm being real. I'm being real.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna get a statue of the entire team, so who cares?
See, I don't think you get into the sense, but if you really dig into it, it's kind of
why does Doug Williams deserve a statue over the rest of that team?
I'm not saying he deserves a statue, but
you say he's gonna want one.
For all the players that are representing, I don't know what the stadium looks like. Maybe Patrick can tell me or whatever. Do they have anything representing Doug Williams who won the Super Bowl? Or things like that?
Jersey up there.
I'm just asking the question because certain people are like that. Like,
he could be like that. Bye. We don't care. He could be like that.
And that's probably why. This is probably why Washington is probably the way they are.
No.
Yeah.
Look. There's no way that they didn't put up a Sean Taylor statue because Doug Williams might want one next. That was never on the table. Ever.
No, I'm not saying that.
It was never in the conversation.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is everybody has some type of opinion or everybody has something to say about something. So if Sean Taylor gets a statue, I would love it. But somebody's going to be screaming here like, damn, I've done more for the service of the Washington Redskins, and I know the guy passed away, but where my statue at? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And to that person, you tell them to kick bricks with sandals on. Nobody cares. Like Doug
Williams the only person I can think about. Doug Williams the only person I can think about when I was talking to old Redskins, pro Redskins. I can't name RG3. You know what I'm saying? I could have said Santana Moss.
Green.
But at the same time, it's like,
Look.
Yeah, Darryl Green should get one before Doug, but I get
right. No, that's what I'm saying.
My point is I get what you're saying, but the answer to that idea is go kick rocks, bro.
I never thought it would be an idea that Doug Williams would get a statue. I'm just naming
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is if they put up a Sean Taylor statue and anybody fix their face to say some shit about them wanting a statue, why didn't I get one? They would get destroyed online.
Well, damn it. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter when they're already getting destroyed already for having strings.
No, I mean the person saying that, the person saying I want a statue would get destroyed online if they so said that. So it's not something that anybody has to worry about. Give my man a statue. Let's move on. Like he died defending his family. Like he was a great player for y'all. Y'all didn't win anything with him. We understand that, but he was a great player for y'all. He died defending his family. And more importantly, he was just genuinely loved.
And I just wanted to make sure that I was correct. That's why I asked Coach that question. Sean Taylor deserves a statue. And I know it wasn't in the same thing, not the same exact reason, but for the same reason Pat Tillman's got a statue in Arizona. They both died for a greater good. Mm-hmm. So they both deserve statues for their reason.
Yeah.
So I'm with Will on this one.
They gotta just do it right. That's all. It's not that difficult. Snyder makes everything.
I think we all agree with Will. My thing is that the whole statue thing is a whole different talk. Like, for instance, people with Shaq got the Lakers 3 championships, whatever the case is, this and this. There's plenty of people who are Laker greats that don't got a statue in Lakerland, but Shaq does, and people will probably have about it. But some people may say, "Hey, this is Shaq. He's this most dominant big man in the game." That's what I'm saying. Look, hey, I also want a great Kobe statue. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
No, like I said, I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is that we're not in the business of worrying about what random people say. Like that, like let them say it.
Well, we sure are about this mannequin that we see.
No, because we waiting at what we thought. Just us right here, us four.
I'm talking about everybody in general. They're making product. Hold on, this is on top news and newsletters.
Yeah, because it's a clown move. Like, what are y'all doing?
National clown move.
They
like
put up a wire statue, bro.
Where was all this love when Sean Taylor was hit? Shit.
I mean, we never love the ones that hard up till they gone. That's a whole different topic. That's a philosophy.
Thanks to everybody, man. That and everybody should get their flowers, man. Like you said, Sean should have the best flowers possible. He definitely should. This is a great, interesting.
Hey yo, make it viral. Doug Williams, you ain't getting a statue, bro.
Doug Williams, Doug Williams about to get a statue, baby. Doug Williams about to get a statue, dog.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Who got shout outs tonight?
Shout out to the brand, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I want to give a couple of local shout outs too. Shout out to Mike Jones, former Day Academy player, former Maryland University player. Actually was the second best guard in the nation to LeBron James coming out of high school. This got a job at Day Academy. Shout out to him. Definitely indeed, man. Shout out to everybody in the state of Massachusetts, as well as maybe in Ohio and Texas. Basketball starting, tryouts is going on. Young hoopers, men and ladies, get your ball on, make your teams, get to where you need to get to, man, and keep believing in yourselves. Other than that, shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight and keep tuning in. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah, good old shout out to you guys in the comments section as always. You guys were on fire as always. Shout out to you three gentlemen. Great talk tonight. Super fun. Shout out to the brand as always. Shout out to Unc being behind the scenes. Always love chopping it up with you guys. You guys have a safe rest of your night. I got to get to work.
Me too.
Shout out to the chat. I mean, y'all was going double hard today. I appreciate y'all. My man Lewis showed up, dropped some gems right quick, had me laughing. Appreciate y'all all the way. Shout out to Toop. Just like I felt like we was in the club today, man. We was just going at it. It was funny.
We was in the club, man. Jake, I let you breathe today. I'm coming for you tomorrow, Jake.
Hey, bring it on. I was sitting over here with the popcorn, the Michael Jackson. I'm like, I'm out. I'm good.
Jay, you've been dealing with this for a few months. I've been dealing with this man for years.
Years.
That's my guy, though. That's my guy, though. I wouldn't. This is what. Hey, yo, Toop, this is what we envision when we talk about me coming on. This is what we talk about. This is the fun that we wanted to have. So I'm glad we're doing this. Appreciate the brand. Appreciate all you fellas. This has been great. I enjoy just being around and having these conversations, man. So this has been another great show. I'm gonna hurt my arm patting ourselves on the back. I don't care.
Hey, shout out to you fellas, man. Shout out to the brand. Shout out to Cedric, Kawan, Jamie, Bumpy, Bailey, Anthony, Bree, Lewis, and Patrick. Appreciate y'all in the comments and hanging out with us tonight, man. Y'all did y'all damn thing as always. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
We lost last night to Alley's, man. And they talking about today trading Patrick Beverly like that's gonna bring us something. Come on. But Patrick Beverly, my guy, but we ain't getting enough for him.
We appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. Make sure y'all here tomorrow at 7:30 as we go hit y'all across the forehead with the OTSBS show. Until then, good night, deuces.